On Osrc News at 7, Osrc Chairman commends electoral process, presents certificates of return to Ondo State Local Government Chairman-elect. President Tinubu expresses condolences as death toll rises to 86 in Niger petrol tanker explosion. Kogi State Government immunizes over 77,000 children against polio. And from the foreign scene, Donald Trump makes historic return to White House as American 47th president. Hello and thanks for joining us. This is Osrc News at 7. I am Sahid Aribisala. We begin tonight with developments after last Saturday's local government election in Ondo State. The Ondo State Independent Electoral Commission, ODEC, has declared the All Progressives Congress APC winner of the local government elections. At the end of results submission by the local government returning officers, Chairman, Ondo State Independent Electoral Commission, ODEC, Joseph Aremo, said the APC won the 203 councillorship positions and the 18 chairmanship seats. There's more in this report. After an over 10-hour period of recess, the submission of election results and collation resumed at the headquarters of Ondo State Independent Electoral Commission ODEC around 10:30 p.m. Sunday night. Situation report and breakdown of results from our local government area took center stage as the returning officer, Professor Laleye Solomon, reeled off results with the All Progressives Congress emerging winner in the contest.
13 parties contested for the election. ADP 062, APC 28,825. The result was declared at Mako Hall, and one Omalayo Tope Moses of APC emerged the winner and is returned.
Next to be heard by the officials of the Electoral Commission is the feedback and election situation report from Ondo West Local Government, where a rescheduled election took place on Sunday, January 19th, after cancellation of poll as a result of a political party's logo mismatch on the ballot. The returning officer, Mr. Adeshino Imoleayo, provided the outcome of the polls across the local government wards and the winner of the chairmanship contest.
At this party, AA, 10 votes. ADP, 13 votes. APC, 28,448. APGA, 22. Party APP, 18.
The ODEC chairman, Dr. Joseph Aremo, subsequently announced that the All Progressives Congress APC clinched the 18 chairmanship seats and the 203 councillorship positions.
For the local government chairmanship election, we have candidates of All Progressive Congress winning all the chairmanship seats across the 18 local government. For the 203 wards in the state, like I've said, the election was keenly contested. Across the 203 wards of Ondo State, we have All Progressive Congress clearing all the 203 councillorship seats in Ondo State.
Aremo lauded voters for participating in the process, security for maintaining law and order, and journalists for providing coverage. The electoral umpire acknowledged the need to up voter sensitization in subsequent elections, urging political parties to champion voter awareness efforts.
Peace-loving people of our dear social state, for upholding the tenets of rule of law, and for coming out to vote for the candidate of their choice, and for conducting themselves in such a way that the peace that the state has been enjoying is not tampered with.
The elected chairmen and councillors, after receiving their certificate of return, will have a 3-year tenure to drive grassroots development across the state. Sahid Aribisala, Osrc. And following that declaration of the winners from the local government election, the Ondo State Independent Electoral Commission (ODEC) has issued certificate of return to the newly elected chairmen of the 18 local government areas who won in last Saturday's council polls across the state. Chairman of the commission, Joseph Arimo, while commending the electoral process, said the commission complied with electoral laws in the conduct of the polls. The chairman urged them to ensure quality representation of the people. Joy Pius now completes the story.
Winners of the just concluded local government elections in Ondo State are here at the State Independent Electoral Commission to receive their certificate of return after the declaration of results. The chairman alongside their vice are present here to witness the event. One after the other, the chairman and their vice were called in to receive their certificates of return. ODEC chairman Joseph Arimo stated that the commission followed the electoral laws during the conduct of the election, praising the chairman for the peaceful conduct of the election and charged them to ensure people-oriented programs to better the grassroots.
We fix the date of election to be 18 January 2025. We executed. And today, the product of the credible poll are the people sitting before me. Our mantra has been that the election will be transparent, free, fair, and credible. And we did mention at all times that we will never compromise on this standard and principle. I felt so elated when I began to get reports from different groups, different organizations, applauding what we did as far as this year local government election is concerned. We are not mindful of the fact that grassroots governance is the key element of governance in any nation. The essence of grassroots governance is to bring dividends of democracy to the people. The closest people to the government are people at the grassroots. Therefore, we did not take it for granted.
Some of the new chairmen promised to work for the development of the people at the grassroots.
We have, it's a record that we have set. We have set record in the area of education, record in infrastructure, record in youth involvement, record in community engagement. What we want to do again now is we want to break the record of what we have set, to double it this time around, if not tripling it.
I want to assure our people at the grassroots that this is their government. They should expect the government that is different for the past. They should expect the government that knows the interests of the local council.
The Nigeria people, in the course of my campaign, I have promised and covenanted with them that I'm not going to disappoint them. I have promised that I'm going to serve them with integrity. I'm going to serve them with commitment, and I'm going to serve them with respect. This I promise to do.
The Ondo State Electoral Commission (ODEC) has scheduled the presentation of certificates of return to the 203 councillors-elect for Tuesday, 21st January 2024. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
Ondo Police Command arrest kidnappers, rescue 14 stolen children. Details of that and more after this break. Stay with us.
See this baby, why should they do younger like this?
As you see me so, I don't become 10x of the woman when I paid before. Berekete 10x.
Make you enjoy 10 times your recharge, double data, and other betterment on top, voice calls, IG, TikTok, audio and video streaming, Zoom calls, and other better things them. Dial *301#.
You never finish, 1,000 naira welcome bonus for voice and data.
You mean all this See for break at the 10x.
Full of the enjoyment.
Is your line blocked? You can get your line unblocked free, fast and easy. Quickly go to any Glow World shop or SIM registration center near you and link your NIN to your Glow line right now. Got no NIN? Visit the nearest NIMC office, get an NIN and then link it to your Glow line. NIN registration is free, so reconnect with Glow today.
You're still watching Osrc News at 7. You can watch us live on our website www.osrc.tv or follow us on Facebook at Osrc TV, and on YouTube you can subscribe to our channel Osrc TV Ondo. Two more stories now. Teachers in public primary and secondary schools across Ondo State have expressed appreciation to the state governor for the prompt payment of the 73,000 naira minimum wage in the state. School administrators confirmed the payment of the new salary structure during an interview with Osrc, stating that it has served as a morale booster in getting their work done. Joy Pius tells us more.
Recall that President Bola Tinubu in July 2024 approved 70,000 naira nationally as the new minimum wage, following pressures by the Nigeria labor unions as a way to mitigate the current economic challenges.
We have negotiated in good faith and with open arms with organized labor on a new national minimum wage. We shall soon send our executive bill to the National Assembly to enshrine what has been agreed upon as part of our law for the next 5 years or less.
However, Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa approved 73,000 naira as the new minimum wage for the state workers, with assurances of prompt payment, which had since been implemented.
Let me also announce to you that this administration has decided to implement the minimum wage. The minimum wage is supposed to be 70,000, but we as government have decided that ours is going to be 73,000.
To this end, teachers in Ondo State expressed gratitude to the state government for prioritizing the welfare of teachers in the state. According to them, this has increased the motivation to give their best in the discharge of their duties.
It's a good start, and our governor is even so wonderful, at least making his own a little bit above the federal government package of 70,000. Ours is 73,000 naira. So I believe, and the money was paid as at when due, because that's December. It was paid well before Christmas. People had cause to, shop, and they were happy. So we are happy about that.
We thank our Excellency. He promised that we are going to get something before the Christmas break, and yes, the minimum wage has been paid. It was paid, I think, towards the end of last year. We still believe that it will go a long way to help to alleviate some of the pains we had before the payment of the minimum wage.
The governor promised that he was going to pay, and he paid. In fact, where we least expected. So I want to appreciate our amiable governor for what he has done for the workers in the state. At least the minimum wage is good. All of us have to compliment his efforts. All the maths teachers work together as a team. All the English teachers and all other subjects work as a team so that we'll be able to ensure that these girls are successful.
While lauding the inclusive leadership style of the governor, the teachers, however, appealed to the government to ensure timely review of the wages to level up current economic realities. Joy Pius, Osrc News.
More than 77,000 children have been immunized against polio in remote communities across 7 local government areas of Kogi State. The state government stated that this development would help consolidate its 10-year-old polio-free status. The state immunization officer, Grace Ojefedo, made this known to journalists following the completion of the big catch-up polio immunization program in the state. Ojefedo explained that the exercises were carried out in communities that were either missed or inadequately covered in last year's immunization program. Now on the crime scene, the Ondo State Police Command has apprehended 3 members of a kidnapping syndicate and rescued 14 stolen children. Commissioner of Police Wilfred Afolabi, while parading the suspects alongside other suspected criminals at the command headquarters in Akure, the state capital, said the children were stolen from different states in the southern part of the country. Omar Langbeji reports that more suspected car hijackers were also paraded before journalists.
The 3 suspects are 42-year-old Lukman Isiaka, 23-year-old Abosedi Olanipekun, and 62-year-old Sabira Izora. Isiaka and Abosedi were said to have abducted the children from Ondo and Osun states and allegedly sold them to Izora, who allegedly ran an orphanage in Ihiala, Anambra State, at the cost of 1 million naira per child. The children ranged between the ages of 1 week and 7 years old.
Up to 11.
How do you steal these children?
It's when we are going on the way, sometimes we see some children running about. We now call them, come, let me buy you bobo. They will now follow us. So when they follow us, maybe from like 10 minutes, we now stop bike and carry them on bike to park. So when we get to park, we will now enter motor to Anambra State to go and give it to her.
As reward?
It's 500,000.
Louder now. 500,000 per. Is it per child? Per child.
Don't mind that idiot.
Who
that
is
man,
the idiot?
The man, that little man and the wife. Don't mind them.
How much did you buy it from them?
When I don't buy it from them, what I do is, if they, as they claim they are abandoned and they're street children, I kept them. Then any family that has need, they will come with documents. After documentation, the parent will take the child, and then whatever he gives to Lukman, they give to the Lukman. I don't much know about it.
Some mothers of the victims narrated their ordeal.
When I finish cooking, then I said, okay, let me go and call them to come and eat. Then I was looking around so that maybe I can see them. Since then, by then, I did not see them.
When was you, had they seen the 3 children now?
They see 2 out of the 3. So it remained 1.
That girl, Bosse, she came to Ikpetu Ijeda State that she want to rent house. Like that date, November 19, 2024. And the landlady agreed to give in the house. Then she pay 9 months, 9 months out of 12 months. She pay 6 months. So that day, my wife know it's not with my kid. So she was in kissing and cooking food. After that, before she get back to passage, so the girl had kidnapped our kid.
Also paraded were 5 suspected car thieves who specialized in stealing vehicles from parks, allegedly sold 2 of the stolen vehicles in the state and butchered the remaining 5.
Frustration led me to it.
Eh?
Frustration led me to it.
Frustration led you to it. So like how many cars have you stolen?
6 so far. I use ordinary key and I carry it where they normally park it.
Commissioner of Police in the state, Mr. Wilfred Afolabi, attributed the successful apprehension of the suspects to intelligence gathering and professionalism of his men. He charged citizens to be more careful and conscious of their environment.
Criminals are exploiting all these things to carry out their criminal activities, and I think we have had enough. And also, as part of our security awareness, security consciousness to members of the public. Please, if you buy any car, try and see that you put a tracker inside.
Afolabi urged members of the public who have fallen victim of child theft to visit the command to check if their children are among the rescued. Omoriola Humbeji, Osrc News.
Still staying with security, the police command in Lagos State has debunked a publication alleging high crime rates in the state. The command spokesperson, Benjamin, refuted the report in a statement in Lagos. He said that the publication in a newspaper with the headline "Concerns as Lagos State grapples with high crime rate despite closed-circuit television CCTV cameras" is false. According to him, a few months back, Lagos State was unanimously adjudged government had aided in the arrest of many criminal suspects. According to him, the State Commissioner of Police, Olariwaju Shola, condemns the ill-thought-out decision of the media house to publish an outdated story capable of causing needless panic within the state and called on readers to ignore the publication and go about their lawful duties without fear of harassment or intimidation. Now let's take you up north, where Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf has emphasized the need for public enlightenment on the dangers of scooping fuel from accident scenes. The governor, in a condolence message to the government and people of Niger State over the devastating tanker explosion which claimed 86 lives, called on relevant authorities to enforce safety regulations on highways for the protection of lives and properties. The explosion, which eyewitnesses attributed to an overspeeding petrol tanker driver that crashed on the ever-busy Dikil junction along the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway, left the community in shock and despair. Governor Yusuf reaffirmed his commitment to supporting efforts that prioritize the safety and well-being of all citizens, urging Nigerians to remain vigilant and cautious in such unpredictable situations. Still staying now to Niger State, where the incident actually occurred, the death toll in the petrol tanker explosion at DQ Junction near Suleja in Niger State has risen to 86, with 55 persons injured and receiving treatment at the hospital. The Director General of the Niger State Emergency Management Agency, Abdullahi Baba Ara, said the agency, as well as the Kurara local government area authorities and kind-hearted volunteers, conducted the mass burial between 5 p.m. and 12 a.m. Niger State Governor Muhammad Bago, who visited the scene of the explosion, banned vehicles coming from the Maje axis from passing through the DQ bridge. Reacting to the incident, President Bola Tinubu expressed deep sorrow in a statement signed by his Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga. The President mourned the victims and expressed his condolences to the families affected, as well as to the government and people of Niger State. And outside Nigeria now, Donald Trump has been sworn in for a historic second term as president, pledging a blitz of immediate orders on immigration and the U.S. culture wars as he caps his extraordinary comeback. With one hand raised in the air and the other on a Bible given to him by his mother, the 47th U.S. president solemnly took the oath of office beneath the huge rotunda of the U.S. Capitol. Republican Trump and outgoing Democratic President Joe Biden had earlier traveled by motorcade together to the Capitol, where the ceremony was being held indoors and with a much smaller crowd for the first time in decades due to frigid weather.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
I, Donald John Trump, do solemnly swear.
That I will faithfully execute.
That I will faithfully execute.
The office of President of the United States.
The office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability.
And will, to the best of my ability.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
Preserve, protect, and defend.
The Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
The 47th U.S. President Donald Trump there taking his oath of office. Video released by the Israeli government showed tearful scenes inside a hospital where 3 women, Emily Damari, Doron Steinberger, and Romy Gonen, held captive in Gaza for 15 months, were finally reunited with family members. Aderuke Kolawole completes this story.
Video released by the Israeli government showed the raw, emotional, tearful scenes inside a hospital where 3 women held captive in Gaza for 15 months were finally reunited with family members and loved ones. The release of Emily Damari, Doron Steinberger, and Romy Goen marked what is meant to be the beginning of an initial phase in a ceasefire deal between Israel and the Palestinian Hamas militant group. Hamas fighters celebrating the ceasefire delivered the hostages to the Red Cross earlier in the day, which then transferred them to Israeli forces. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu released a video of him receiving a phone call that the 3 were in Israeli hands.
ואני מבקש גל שתמסור להן, לרומי, לדורון, לאמילי, עם שלם מחבק אתכם.
He said that the entire nation embraced them. Israel has pledged to release Palestinian prisoners from its jail as part of the agreement. The exchange of prisoners and captives was a primary goal of the ceasefire reached last week with the help of the US, Egypt and Qatar, aiming to end more than a year of devastating war in Gaza. The fighting erupted when Hamas gunmen rampaged through Israeli communities on October 7, 2023, killing 1,200 and taking more than 250 hostages. Israel launched a massive military operation, it said, aimed at freeing the captives and destroying Hamas. Palestinian health officials said the onslaught killed nearly 47,000, reduced the enclave to rubble, and displaced almost the entire population of over 2 million. Palestinians praised the ceasefire, which permits 600 truckloads of desperate needed aid to enter Gaza every day in the initial 6 weeks period. The truce also called for fighting to stop and 33 of nearly 100 Israeli and foreign hostages to go free over the first phase in return for nearly 2,000 Palestinian prisoners held in Israeli jails.
The deal that I first put forward last May for the Middle East has finally come to fruition.
U.S. President Joe Biden hailed the hard-fought agreement 1 day before his successor, Donald Trump, returns to the White House.
So as we reflect on the news from Gaza today, we also remember all the victims of this war. We're mindful that the pursuit of a lasting peace, while never easy or quick, must always be our calling.
Helicopters carrying the 3 freed hostages landed outside the hospital in rampant gun after nightfall, and the crowd there rejoiced.
I was able to touch her for a few seconds and to hear her voice saying, I love you.
Goyi Yacobi said he's a friend of Emily Damari and was thankful for the brief moment he got to hold her hand on her way to the hospital. Aderuke Kolawole, Osrc News.
And now to South Korea, where a court in Seoul has extended the time South Korea's impeached president, Yoon Suk-yeol, will be detained over his botched attempt to impose martial law in the country last month. Citing concerns Yoon could destroy evidence if released, a judge issued a warrant allowing investigators to keep the suspended president in custody for up to 20 days. The 64-year-old was arrested after a week-long standoff between investigators and his presidential security team. Supporters of the president broke into the court after his detention was extended and reportedly smashed windows and doors in an incident condemned by Yoon and the country's acting president.